Hey, keep your social distance. I'm trying. Wait for me. Oh, hi. Welcome to Travel Painting Without Leaving Home. I hope you're all doing well out there. We're a ways into the quarantine. I have gotten some feedback on my videos from followers, and I wanted to answer it. The feedback was my bangs are too long. This I received from a follower in Boston. I wanted to address that I have trimmed them. Actually, Camera Dude trimmed them, and it's been taken care of. And I welcome any other feedback that you might have that could help me make these videos better and help you learn to watercolor more quickly. Also, I would love it. A few of you have sent copies of paintings you've been doing from these tutorials. And I would love to see them, and I'd love to be able to post them on my blog or my website. And also, if you need help with them, go ahead and email them to me. So today we're going to work on a painting I did of a scene in my own backyard. This is the finished painting. This is the sketch I did, with values. And I went over my light pencil lines with an ink pen. So this is the line drawing. And all of these you can find on my blog, and the link below this video will tell you how to get to the blog. So I am going to show you a really simple method of painting today using just 4 or 5 colors, and you can finish this painting very quickly, especially if you use the value sketch as a map as to where to put your darks, lights, and mediums. So for this painting, the star is cerulean blue. So cerulean blue is a grayed down blue. We're going to use a lot of it. So the first thing we'll use it for is for the sky. So we'll do a wet into wet sky, which is wet the paper first with clean water where you want your paint to go. So I'm just going to go wet this area and wet it with clean water. Then I'm going to take a big brush full of cerulean blue. You want to take it in the body of your brush, so the fat belly of your brush, and then you just sweep it on, brush it back and forth. Sometimes you run out of paint, so be sure to make extra. So there, now I've got extra. I'm going to add a little bit of water because I want it to get lighter, and I'm tilting it as it's going down. And I'm making it go around these flowers a little bit. And I'm making it go around here. And don't worry if you go over a line in your drawing, because you can just take your artist tissue, in this case today I'm using a shop towel, and wipe it off. So that's how we use cerulean blue in the background for our sky. Then we're going to take the cerulean blue, put some yellow ochre into the mix, and we get kind of a yucky, kind of a gray-blue blah. But then you take a teeny bit of purple, just a teeny bit, and you can get an interesting color for your watering cans. So I'm going to start here and put this darker portion on the darker side of my watering can. I may even go back and stick a little blue in and a little bit more purple here. Then I'm going to turn it up like this, clean off my brush, and just coax it. I'm going to start over here with a little wet area and just gradually touch this, and this will float around. So that's one way I've used this mixture of cerulean blue, yellow ochre, and purple. Then, oh, and I might put some here quickly. Then I'm going to put maybe, say, a different portion of the same mixture. And I'm going to do the second watering can. So I'm starting here. It's wet on dry. And I'm going to just paint it on. Go like that. And then again, I'm going to rinse it off and paint with clear water and just sneak up on it and just barely touch it. And I'm tilting my board so that comes around and it flows into the water that I've already painted. And if you want to get some interesting texture, since these are really old cans, now is one time where you welcome a blossom, where you could just drop water onto your wet surface, and it'll give you like an interesting texture for your watering can. So for our final watering can, we're going to stick a little bit more purple in it. And we'll start, because purple's the darkest color, so if I have a little bit more purple in the mix and a little less water, that'll give us quite a dark version of this mixture. So we'll put this here, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll just come and let it meet, and we'll go over here, coax it around. There we go. Then I'll use some versions of this. Maybe I'll to do the same way I did that first one. I'll put this here and this here, and then I'll flip it around and coax this so that it spreads out. Now for this big one, we're going to use the same mix one more time for the big pot. What we're going to do is take a lot of yellow ochre in the same mix and much less of the other colors, and we're just going to slop it on. And because we want it to sort of have harmony, but we want it to, we don't want to use a lot of colors because we're busy. We've got a quarantine to worry about, we've got cooking, we've got to find toilet paper, we've got to walk the dog, who knows what else we have to do. So if I want this darker in some areas, like down here, I can drop in some of the darker mixture. Maybe I want it darker here. But you see, this is very kind of neutral yellow, where with the same mix, this is very blue and this is very purple. So maybe I'm going to spread this out just a little bit, not too much. I want to leave a lot of white there. Okay, so I'm leaving that there. Then, maybe I'm going to pull it down here. Then I'm going to introduce one other key color. We are going to use sap green. This is sap green in its form, and in its regular form. It's kind of a nice kind of muted green. But for our purposes today, we could mix it with a little bit more, let's mix it with a little yellow. And for the lighter areas of our picture, we'll have some yellow. So I'm not touching the areas that are wet because I don't want them to mush together yet. I just want to get this first layer of sap green in. So, and then I could even put more yellow. I could even start with pure yellow and let it meet. This is called color into color. Ooh. So that could be yellow, and because that could be the brightest area. And then I could have some over here. And yellow is a complement of purple, so it's going to make the purple appear more vibrant. So I'm getting this in. That's sap green. Maybe I'll put a little bit over here. Then I'm going to get the darker mixture, and I'm going to put it away from the light, because our light is coming this way. We're going to put this over here, this darker sap in the crevices down here, maybe down here. Okay, then maybe we'll put some over here and maybe back here, because this will be dark. But for this mixture, I'm going to go back to our friend cerulean. I'm going to take cerulean, a really lot of cerulean, and I am going to mix that with sap green. So a little sap green and a lot of cerulean. And this is some kind of a succulent that grows in my backyard. So I am going to just dot it on like that. So we are almost finished. We're going to have to darken this in a few places and add some more mixtures. But you can see we've just used a few colors and we've gotten a lot of variety. So we have that. Maybe we'll take a little bit more of the sap green, the sap green and the cerulean mixture, and dot it in the crevice down here, maybe behind here. You could also, those could happen. Okay, then you could take a little, we've got the last color I want to teach you about is the color we're going to make our nasturtiums. So the nasturtiums, I am using Scarlet Lake. It was just a beautiful color, and it just perfectly matches my nasturtiums. I could put in a little lemon yellow if I wanted a little bit lighter, but you just want to drop that in, and you want to blob it in. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could even have some nasturtiums that have more yellow in them. So I think there's a center to these nasturtiums too. Let me look. I've forgotten now. I did this 2 days ago. Oh, maybe. Okay, so here I'm going to put a little more yellow so I have a little more contrast. You don't have to. And over here I have a nasturtium that accidentally got painted got painted green, but what the heck, we're going to go right over it. And there's some little ones over here, and we'll put some over here. Maybe I want to go a little darker over these that are moving away from the light. So we'll do this and do this, and then maybe in the ones that are closest to the light, we're going to put in a lot of yellow. So I'm going to take just hardly any orange and just have mostly yellow. Whoop, here's another one I painted over. Don't worry about it. You could, if you really wanted to be perfect, you could take a Mr. Clean eraser and wipe it off, but heck, this is relaxing travel painting without leaving home, so we can not have it be perfect. So here we go, there, so you've got some differentiation. So basically, those are the basic colors I'm going to use. Then the only big thing I want to tell you about is the shadow, because I think the shadow really makes it. So you're going to use ultramarine blue and put a little purple in it to make it a little darker in places. So I'm going to take 2 petals that I'm making a little bit ahead of time. I've got a purple petal and a blue petal, and then I'm going to get a lot of blue because you don't want to run out. Okay, then you have to take a deep breath. Don't get scared because it's a dark color. I'll be there waiting for you. Here we go. We're going to use that for the shadow inside here. Just throw it on inside you can even drop some more inside the urn. Then, thank you, cameraman. I appreciate that. I didn't remember it was an urn. Here we go. I'm putting it in here because that's dark. And we'll put it in here. Then, here's our deep breath. Got to just go around. It's usually darkest right next to the object that's casting the shadow, so we'll put it here. Just do it. Here's the shadow of the watering can handle. So I'm getting this in really quickly because I want it to stay wet, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. But see how that pops out? See how those shadows make the picture a lot more interesting and pop it, makes it more three-dimensional. So now you've got that. You might think that looks dark, and then we're going to put a little bit here because we want to leave the eye over. But it's going to dry so much lighter. So what we have to do is go back and add a little purple to it and maybe a little more blue. And while this is still wet, we can just drop it in closest to the object. Later on, you can change this a little bit if you want to, but right now, so we're just dropping this in closest to our object. because it'll mush in while it's wet. And we could even take a little more purple and put it inside there. So there you go, there's your, and you could put a little bit here while it's still wet, it'll mush in nicely. And while you have this purple on your brush, you could, I decided that I wanted some little purple flowers. So I don't know what they are, they really weren't there, but I need a complement, so I just need some other color to balance out all the other colors. I could even make some of them pinker, so I can make some pink with the purple and put some over here just to lead the eye around. Give it contrast. If you hate it, you can always take it out or do another version. Okay, so that's pretty much it, painting with very limited colors. Then you just come back and you do more details. You can use a version of sap green over here. You can put some more darks in here. You can see all the final details on the blog, and you can ask me any questions you have just in the comments below or email me. So happy painting, and take it easy and stay well.